Okay, so let's get right into it. We're going to tackle one of the biggest, most frustrating feelings for students everywhere, right? That feeling that you're not built for studying. But what if I told you the problem isn't you at all? It's your system. Today, we are breaking down a routine that can make studying, seriously, 10 times easier. And not by working harder, but by working smarter with your brain.
Oh man, we have all been there, haven't we? You're staring at a pile of books and you're just filled with this conviction. You make that promise to yourself, you know the one. It feels so real in that moment. You're going to be a completely different person tomorrow.
So you set it all up, right? The alarm is set for way earlier. The schedule is like perfect. You can practically taste the productivity. And then tomorrow actually shows up. And you wake up and you're the exact same person, just with maybe a new picture on your phone's lock screen.
And the day just kind of unravels in that same old pattern. You hit snooze, maybe a few times. You start scrolling. You tell yourself, okay, I'll start later. And before you even know it, the day is gone. And there you are, lying in bed, trapped in that awful, awful loop of regret.
This is the question that just echoes in your mind. It feels so personal. It feels like there's some fundamental flaw in your character, like you're just lazy or you're undisciplined. But what if that's not the real story at all? Seriously, let's just stop and let that sink in for a second. The cycle that you feel stuck in, it is not your fault. You are not failing because you're lazy. You are failing because the entire strategy you've been using is fundamentally broken from the get-go. And this, right here, perfectly illustrates the core issue. You're trying to run on willpower, which is kind of like your phone's battery. It just drains throughout the day, and it's the very first thing to die when you're tired. We're not going to do that anymore. We're going to build a routine that's based on the actual mechanics of your brain, a system that works even when you don't feel like it. So, here's the crucial point, the big shift. You do not have a time management problem. You have a state management problem. It's a complete change in perspective, and honestly, it changes everything.
So what does that actually mean? Well, it means you stop trying to force a tired, distracted brain to focus. It's a losing battle. Instead, you focus on creating the conditions for focus to happen naturally. You manage your brain's state, not just your schedule.
Just think about it for a second. Have you ever tried to study while feeling any of these things? It's like trying to run through deep mud. It's almost impossible. You can't outwork a broken mental state. You can only redesign your whole approach so you don't get into that state in the first place.
Okay, let's move to the first phase and see how this all starts to build. You know, most people lose their entire day in the first 60 seconds of being awake. We're going to fix that with one really simple idea. For the first few minutes of your day, you do not touch the poison. And there it is. The poison is your phone. When you wake up and immediately start scrolling, you're not just checking notifications. No. You are letting notifications, online drama, and other people's priorities choose your mood and your focus for the entire day. Just 10 minutes. That's the deal. So what do you do instead of grabbing your phone? This simple protocol right here. You rehydrate your body, you get some natural light to signal to your brain, hey, it's time to be alert. And you just take 60 seconds to breathe. Think of it like rebooting your brain's operating system before you open a single app. You know, most people waste their best brain hours on total nonsense. Your peak focus, your sharpest mental energy, it's in the morning. So the rule is simple and it is non-negotiable. You tackle your hardest, most dreaded subject first. I promise you, one focused hour in the morning is worth 3 sluggish hours at night. And this is how we're going to do it. The 50-10 cycle. 50 minutes of pure, deep focus. But listen, the crucial twist is in the break. Your 10-minute break has to be phone-free. A break spent scrolling social media is just more stimulation. It's not rest. True rest is actually letting your brain reset. So here's a quick question for you to think about. Just be honest with yourself. What's the real challenge here? The 50 minutes of work or the 10 minutes of disconnection? For a lot of us, the answer is, well, surprisingly revealing. Okay, so you've won the morning. That's huge. But look, focus naturally declines. That's just how brains work. The next phase is all about managing that decline intelligently. It's a system reset for the rest of your day. As your focus starts to wane in the afternoon, don't try to force yourself to do heavy reading. Just switch modes. The afternoon is for output, not input. It's for doing, not just consuming. And this is the golden rule, because passive reading feels productive, but active recall, actually doing stuff, that is what creates memory. By the evening, let's be real, your brain is pretty much cooked. So the evening has only 3 simple jobs. First, move your body to clear out all those stress hormones. Second, do something creative to remind your brain it has an identity beyond just student, which is so key to preventing burnout. And third, a little bit of light review and, crucially, plan for tomorrow. Have you ever been lying in bed trying to sleep and your brain just starts screaming at you about everything you have to do? That's not just random anxiety, it's a real psychological mechanism. Your brain is freaking out over what it sees as open loops, all these unfinished tasks it's terrified you're going to forget. And here is the beautifully simple fix. You just give your brain what it's begging for, a plan. Write down 3 to 5 very specific tasks for the next day. Not study, but finish chapter 4. The simple act of writing it down closes the loop. It signals to your brain that it can finally rest because the plan is secure. So now we have the full routine. But how do you actually make it stick? Well, this brings us to the final and I think the most important insight of this entire system. This right here is the core philosophy. Motivation is fickle. It's a feeling. It comes, it goes. And if your success depends on feeling motivated every single day, you are going to fail. A system, on the other hand, is a machine. It runs whether you feel like it or not. You just have to turn it on. And that's exactly how you turn it on. Forget about trying to have a perfect day. That pressure is just crushing. The only goal you should have is to win the first 30 minutes. Just execute that wake-up protocol. Don't touch your phone, because when you win the morning, you create momentum, and your brain starts behaving like a winner for the rest of the day. So let's end with this. Don't try to change everything all at once. That's a recipe for disaster. Just pick one of these. Is it finally ditching that snooze button? Is it putting your phone away in the morning? Maybe it's just committing to that one focused hour. Or maybe it's just getting to sleep a little bit earlier. Which one would it be for you? The goal isn't perfection. It's consistent small wins. And that is how you build a system that actually works.